Good evening, YouTube. HeirofCarthage here, and I am back on Total War Arena. Remember, I have a special link in the description. Go click it if you want to download the game for yourself, and if you use the bonus code PLAYTWA, PLYTWA, you'll get 7 days of premium for free and 500 gold. Go click that link, download the game you'll want to play. Since you last saw me play, I have spent some time leveling up Hannibal, so let me show you what he's got to go here. Again, this is Total War Arena. It's a free-to-play game. I am doing these videos in conjunction with Total War Arena and Wargaming. So appreciate them supporting me and letting me help them roll this out because I'm excited. The open beta is fun. I'm having a good time with it. Really excited because Carthage is here. So I've gotten up to level 3. I've got these Phoenician warriors, and hopefully we'll be able to work our way through level 3. Once we get to level 4, we can decide to either go with these Libyan recruit swordsmen or the Carthaginian hoplites, and eventually, though, I think I want to go with the well, I don't know, I might go with the swordsmen because that's the path to the elephants. Yeah, we're going to go with swordsmen so we get the path to the elephants, and then eventually we'll want to look at some cavalry as well. There's some gold units up here, too, that I may try out just to show you all whether or not they're worth it, because they have to be purchased with, you know, money, real-world money. In any case, let's go watch a replay. So how did I get here? I fought a lot of battles. I don't remember exactly how many. Some went better than others. Here was one that I enjoyed, so let me replay this one for you all here. So this was me using Hannibal and some spears. Ended up being a fun battle. Replay system in the game, definitely a cool feature, and it's appreciated. So again, if you're watching this and you're not familiar with Total War Arena, it's a 10v10 multiplayer, free-to-play online game developed by Creative Assembly and Wargaming, and you can see it here. So I'm playing with these mercenary spears, and I've got Hannibal as my commander. You can actually see him up in the front of one of these units. There he is, rolling with his troops. There's Hannibal. It's pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna move over here to this tower, and when you capture the tower, it gives you better line of sight. So it's a good way to help your team out. And then usually when you're playing the game too, you want to get a good feel for the overall map, kind of keep an eye on what things are doing. You can quick click the map. So as this battle was unfolding, I could see that we were going to get outnumbered pretty badly here. On our right hand side, we just had some cheap cavalry facing off against a lot of units. And then in the center, you know, we're in decent shape because I've got archers to back me up, and my spearmen actually punch pretty hard. The Carthaginian spearmen are pretty decent. I find that they perform well in melee against cavalry, and they honestly do pretty decent against swordsmen too. So I'm pretty happy with their performance overall. They do quite well in phalanx mode. On this flank, we had a bit of a numbers advantage because there weren't many enemies here. So we've got some friendlies coming up the stairs to the center of Capitoline Hill, and we got one cavalryman getting in behind him here with his scouts. But again, on this flank, there's a massive number of enemies that going to be pushing straight through us. So I'm going to move forward. Basically, I'm going to use the terrain to my advantage. I can use a couple of spearmen to guard the front, and I can use one to guard the back if necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and push forward, feeling like maybe we have a good opportunity to put some pressure on our opponents here. Yeah, this flank over here, there are some archers and cavalry, but way more enemy units here. And this is a bad place to be for archers because you see their cavalry can push forward and infantry support won't be far behind. Our cavalry can't kill theirs. So these archers are in a bad position. When they saw this coming, they should have left a little bit sooner because this whole flank we're really outnumbered, and they should have scouted with the cavalry and just fallen back. Over here, dude, this guy gets some mad kills here. His name's Mad. I was actually talking to him in the chat, calling him MVP because this guy just wrecks a ton of archers over here. Does a fantastic job of catching these archers out. This is the way that cavalry is meant to be used here. Mad going crazy. So we decide to push forward, and there's not a whole lot of enemies over here. We have some javelin men up front who spotted some swords, and it's because a lot of the enemy units were over here, and like I said, Mad just gets a ton of kills over here. Exactly the way you want your teammates to be. So this is the way to play cavalry. Play patient. Wait for the opportunity, scout, harass, look for holes in the enemy line, and do not engage your forces until you know that you have a favorable engagement. Nice cavalry charge here, downhill, pinning Angmar against the building here by 6 foot. So that was nicely done, but there's a lot of enemies pouring through, and they're going to go for a base capture. And they have the numbers to capture our base relatively quick. And when I saw that happening, I was like, man, we are in the wrong position. We don't need to be wasting our time with these units out here. We had one guy who decided to. He's going to push in with these Mycenaean hoplites. So he's going to push in. He's got some support from some Tirones, too, which are really cheap Roman javelin skirmishers. Yeah, you can see they've already pushed into our base. So, again, in the game, you can annihilate your enemy. You can see the numbers up here, so you can win by annihilation or you can win by base capture. So even though we're winning by numbers, they've got so many people in our base that they're going to start capping it really fast. Now, you can decap an enemy base capture by injuring the unit that is capturing. If you hit it and injure it, archers are particularly good at this. So this leaves us in a bad position. You can see the base capture here, so we need someone to save the day, and thank goodness, man. This cavalry charge right here just barely saved us from getting base capped by this giant enemy push. So the enemy coordinated and brought a ton of units all down one flank, and now they're capping the base. You can see I'm working my way back to the base as quickly as possible. Most of these infantry targets in here are pretty squishy, and my spears should be able to do just fine. But again, you can see this attacking right here is the only thing keeping our base from getting captured. We've got more cavalry, and then I'm working my way into the base. So fortunately, the base capture was staved off, and here comes Hannibal leading my troops, my mercenary spearmen. They're going to come into combat, and I'm going to immediately put them into phalanx. And in phalanx mode, they will put quite a beating down. Yeah, I'm in a blob, but at this point, my flank's pretty safe too. So you can see my guy's going to push into phalanx there. And they're going to put a pretty steady beating on all of these infantry units. Now I'm going to get outflanked because I blobbed up, but I'll be able to turn one of my units around and just face the other way. You can turn your units in phalanx. If you right-click and drag, you can turn a phalanx around and stay in formation. I think I actually clicked an attack order here. I should have turned around. But I have some guys facing backwards now, and they'll be able to hold off the flanks here fairly well. But one of my units, regardless, does start to lose some leadership. But otherwise, my leadership dropping a little here, very strong in one unit. But you can see that I'm doing so much damage to the enemy infantry here. Look how badly my guys are beating up on these swordsmen. These mercenary spears, like I said, really aren't bad versus swordsmen of the same tier. Or lesser tier, obviously. You can see here I'm getting a little bit of a flank, and that's why the leadership on these two units is a bit lower. But we've managed to decap these guys enough, and the heroic efforts of my spearmen here now have made sure that the enemy really can't capture the base. So this is the danger of pushing a base capture early, is that you commit all your units back here, and you may or may not be in a favorable position to fight. And by the time the enemy turns around and comes back to you, that fight may not be what you want. And so our enemies here are kind of learning that in the sense that they thought they were in a good position to base cap us, but by the time we all turned around and came back, we had more than they could handle in a fight. You can see my spearmen here putting up just absolutely awesome fight. Mad's back here running around with his cavalry still, and I've had a lot of teammates do a really good job in this battle overall. So I thought the team cooperated well. We darn near lost, though, so you can see that you can turn these situations around even when you're really close to dying. Really, really good performance by my spearmen here. Just very good. Able to hold back tons and tons of swords. More swordsmen, more enemies coming in. But here comes Mad with his cavalry. He's going to get a nice cavalry charge. Ooh, talk about a little smashed his own face into the steps there. But that should get rid of the enemy skirmishers back here. He's free to rear charge here potentially too when he finishes mopping those up. I'm starting to lose my spearmen, but they have killed a huge number of enemy swordsmen. So Hannibal and his troops really driving towards victory here. Hannibal is actually still alive. He's somewhere up in the fight here. Hang on. No, it's wavering. Hannibal's in there somewhere, but I can't spot him at the moment. So I finally just lost all my guys, but we captured their base at the same time. So that was a replay where we gained a solid victory. And I was able to get the most points too. So not a crazy number of points. I just happened to have the most points in that game. I've seen people get a whole lot higher points in certain games. But considering I was just rolling a few mercenary spears, I thought that was pretty good. Fun game. So let's actually go play a game. I will see you on the battlefield with our new Phoenician warriors, our tier 3 spear unit. And we've got this new ability here, which is determination. And determination gives us Negative ground effect modifier, minus 50%. I don't know what that means. Melee defense, we get an extra 10% and an extra 20% melee attack. So basically, when we're in combat, that'd be a good one to use for Hannibal. So let's go play. Let's make sure I've got the, consumables. I don't know if I've explained consumables yet in the video. So consumables are something, you earn silver in battles, and so silver is kind of an earned in-game currency, and you can use it to purchase units for your army, and you can use it to purchase these consumables. And consumables are an item that you can use in a battle, and it costs you a certain amount of silver. So in this case, I've purchased whetstones, which for 30 seconds would give my guys an extra 75% penetration damage. So if maybe I combine that with Hannibal's ability, we can hopefully cause lots of damage really fast. Each one of my units has it. You can equip it to restock automatically. So you can see these two units I've clicked to restock automatically. This one I have not yet, so I'm going to do it. And that means that after each battle, the computer will go ahead and just put it right back on there for you. So let's jump into combat. Alright, welcome to the Thermopylae map, where the music sounds like Hunger Games. No, the music's pretty good in this game, actually. I like it. Onion Prince, I like it. Ship. So it looks like a mix of tier 2 and 3 on our team. Where do I want? Let's roll down at the hot gates. So a couple of bottlenecks back here, and I got these. They're only javelins. I'd rather have archers down here with me, but we need someone to take the hot gates, and so I'll take it. So typically what I like to do down here is just kind of move through, come pin up this area, pin up the beach so no one can get around, and basically kind of protect the lane and hope that my team does some good performance in the center. So I'm going to be kind of holding up the flank. Let's move this unit down here. Good old. And let's advance as quickly as we can. Check out our Phoenician warriors here. Hannibal's going to take the beach. Let's get up and get some scouting. Yeah, we can block up the entire passage. Oh man, these javelins didn't come down here with us. Yeah, so we're completely unsupported down here. This could be bad. It could be real bad, in fact. Let's just kind of hold our ground for now. And let's see how our team's doing elsewhere. Oh yeah, these cavalry were completely wasted. That's very, very good for us. And our cavalry's uncontested around there. Still no spots of enemy units down here. Let's push forward, and let's push forward a bit here. So, I wonder where the enemy is pushed at. Alright, Hannibal's pushing the beach. Let's keep our self-awareness of the map up. Okay, I see a few enemies back here. What are these? Alright, so some Phoenician warriors for the enemy team. Looks like the enemy team didn't even contest the hot gates. Let's push through. Got a big blob of units here, but numbers-wise, the battle goes well for us so far. This, not a great engagement for us, but there's nearby units for support, so we should be okay. Looks like those swordsmen coming back down the hill. This cavalry of ours has gotten caught behind enemy lines, but it's going to outmaneuver, so should be clear. Still no sign of enemies. Let's head through this way. Since we're this far behind enemy lines, we do have to be careful. Because one scouting miscalculation for myself could be gruesome. I'm gonna try and march around and see if I can get towards the enemy base. Engagement still goes fairly well for us. A few cavalry get through. Oh no, protect the let's see. Still no spot of an enemy. I'm just making sure we got to protect those catapults. That's a big investment. We need to make sure they stay safe. There's some cavalry headed back here with me. Yeah, numbers game, very good for our team. So I'm going to just let them obviously continue this engagement. I'm going to push towards the enemy base and try and get some capture points. Put some extra pressure on the enemy in that way. I still want my guys to come around this back way here.
Have faith in your strength, men.
Oh, hang on. This is I keep thinking this is a special ability. It's not a special ability. They're either in this or they're not. Okay, it's kind of like the phalanx. I've been misusing this. I think they're in it right now. They get extra movement speed and acceleration, but they don't deflect charges and they have less morale. Alright, we're gonna push. Yeah, we are wrecking the enemy pretty solidly in most places. This artillery's got a decent angle there too. We're gonna take out that cavalry, so really good engagements all around for my team. Here comes Hannibal, pushing through the enemy camp here. Ooh, yeah, there's some cavalry back here, but it's just cavalry. But I am spotted now. But if these cavalry will stay around with me for support, that would be good. I see a few enemy units in the base. Now, okay, this is where it's important for us. Oh, crap. Let's get out of that. I don't know what this cavalry is thinking. I got cavalry nearby for support. There's quite a few swordsmen here, but this scout cavalry is going to get absolutely ruined by my spears. I don't know what my teammate's doing here. That's kind of a pointless charge. Okay, we're going to rout some of the cavalry. I'm going to go into a phalanx there, and I'm going to protect this other unit.
We're attacking allied units.
Wow, they just kept a ton of their guys back at their base to be protective, and that's actually, it's only a good strategy if your whole team is playing along, folks. So just keep that in mind. Keeping all these units back to protect your base, again, it will only work if your whole team is participating in that, because otherwise all your units up front are going to get outnumbered. So you got to think about numbers here. This is 10v10. And if you don't move forward and your team does, it's kind of like a team battle in a regular Total War game in the sense that you will get outnumbered and you will be defeated. These javelins being back here, that is bad news for me, actually. My Phoenician warriors, though, absolutely wrecked these guys. Oh, yeah, that's not good. We got to get away from that. What are these javelins doing? They had a misclicked order or something? Let me go engage this sword unit because my... Okay, I've got support from the flank here. Kill the javelins. I don't know what this guy did with the javelins. He just totally threw them away. Okay, those swordsmen are going to rout. I'm going to kind of turn my phalanx to where their back is against the wall, and they can fight better there without getting outflanked.
We've accidentally engaged our allies. The enemy base will soon be ours.
Okay, so now my phalanx has their back to the wall here. I'm going to get inside the capture circle and earn some capture points. But our infantry's fought well. Yeah, see, our guys are against the wall here now, so we're
attacking. The enemy base will soon be ours.
I'm just going to put all my guys in the base. They've got this... I think they have this fight handled. I've got one unit in the base doing some capturing. So we'll get some points from both. I'm trying to maximize my points at this time.
We're attacking allied units.
Okay, so we got those units outflanked. Racking up capture points.
We're attacking our allies.
They've got these guys pinned down. Yes, the enemy team got beat bad here, and it was because they divided and didn't conquer. If you're going to divide, you better have a dang good plan for it. So I think in this case, you saw my team kind of push forward a little more evenly. No one sat back at the base, and so we outnumbered our opponents in the fight, and it was very bad for them. I'm going to get a decent number of points here. I think we killed quite a few infantry, and I've gotten a fair number of capture points. So I'm just going to sit here and rack up capture points for the rest of the battle while my team mops up the remaining enemies. See these swordsmen getting beat down here, Roman Civil War style. See, I'm actually really enjoying the game. They've made a lot of improvements since I first played this a long time ago. I wasn't super hyped about it whenever it came out a long time ago. A couple things have changed. One, Carthage. So they've got my interest. I like messing with Carthage here, and I think it's cool that they added them. And honestly, what would be really cool is if they eventually added stuff like... They should add Samurai to this, too. I mean, why not? I mean, the game's obviously not historically accurate at this point, so... Throwing some Samurai, whenever Third Age comes out, put some China stuff in there too, and it could be a way to keep the game lively and going. I mean, heck, you could do all kinds of stuff in this, I think. So what other ideas would you all have too? Like some Egyptian type stuff would be cool. I mean, I know you have Greeks, but like biblical Egypt kind of stuff would kind of look cool in the game. I don't know. I just think there could be some cool stuff you could do with it. Parthians would be really cool. Yeah, we got some good experience for our units there. Let's check a look at the score. We didn't do great on the score because we only got to fight for a little while. We spent most of the battle running, but we still got in, did some work for the team. Details here, details. It's the overview. What kind of awards did we get? Eliminated, routed, awarded. Okay, so a couple good battles. Hang on. What went to level 4? I've seen this pop up before, and I don't understand what leveled up here when this happens because my leader is not at tier 4. Oh, okay. It's just my account levels up to tier 4. Got it. Okay. Because of the number of battles I've played. Yeah, and you all can see my stats here too if you're curious. I mean, it's not going to be anything like blow your mind kind of stats. Here's the victory percent's 53. I lost a lot of battles yesterday for a while. Trying to get through. I had a pretty... Oh, I forgot to use my special ability there too. Crap. Well, we'll use that next time. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this one. Another Total War Arena video. There's going to be more coming. So I'm going to keep doing some work to level up my units. And I will hopefully see you all when I hit tier 4. And we'll take a look at the Libyan recruits. And we need to make it through tier 5 and 6 eventually to get to the African elephants, which is definitely something that I'm pushing hard to do. So, HeirofCarthage signing out for now. Thanks to Wargaming for letting me participate with them like this. Hey, again, go to the description. Grab that link, click it, download. The game's free. You have nothing to lose. If you don't like it, it was free. So, you might as well go in and play it. It's fun. It doesn't require near as much computer as a regular Total War game. It's quick. It can be casual. It can be competitive. You can do it alone. You can play it with friends. It's actually really fun with groups of friends. I may try and coordinate a video where I team up and show you all how that works too. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out. I will see you all soon.